Let's begin with the latest news going on in sports. We begin on the business side here, which is really interesting because, as you may have heard by now, we've talked about it a ton of times here on the show, athletes are suing the NCAA for past indiscretions, reparations, however you want to call it. They did not get paid for years and years feeling that they should. I'm going to try to break this down as best as I can in layman's terms. So they're seeking about $2.8 billion in past due wages, revenue, etc. And it had looked like they had come to some sort of settlement. Now, we don't know exactly what that number entails, but all of a sudden, late last week, when we were on the air, plaintiffs in the NCAA lawsuit, which of course are the athletes or people representing them, are essentially saying that they want more money. They are not willing to accept a settlement in the argument. And on Thursday, attorneys and plaintiffs for this separate lawsuit concerning the Ivy League are also refusing to award athletic scholarships filed in opposition to the proposed settlement that seeks a carve-out for the claims. So legalese aside, folks, here's the bottom line. Athletes want to get paid for money that they were unable to make. There's a class action lawsuit, essentially, which is exceeding $2.8 billion in revenue, which at this point, the longer that it goes, they're feeling like they're owed more money. Naturally, they're seeing money being paid out in NILs, NCAA football games, etc. The story goes on. The legalese goes on. We'll stay tuned. We'll cover it for you here. What an incredible finish at the Wyndham Championship. Let's get over to the PGA Tour. By the way, one player just wrapped up his play at the Wyndham Championship. I got to talk about this a little bit later in the show. The whole championship is over, except for one player, and he didn't even finish at the top. I'll get to it in a minute. Congratulations to Aaron Ray. Ends up winning in the championship because essentially, folks, he had a great day, okay? But he did not have the, I would say, the story of the tournament. I want to get to that here in a second, too. But first, of course, let's hear from the champion and Aaron Ray, who ended up winning it.
Yeah, I think all of those experiences are extremely valuable. It didn't mean that necessarily today was going to go really well. It didn't mean I was going to handle the situation today well, but there were definitely a few things that I'd done well over recent weeks in that situation and things that I could have done better, and felt like I did a really good job today at staying very present, very patient and very focused, and luckily things fell our way today.
Yeah, fell his way is the way to put it, as Max Greisserman had one of those days that he'll never, ever want to remember on the golf course. Folks, he had a very significant lead going into the final 9. He 3-putted from less than 3 feet out on one of the holes and ended up giving away the Wyndham Championship. Never an easy interview to do after it happened, but here it is.
Yeah, played really, really well this week. Played good enough to kind of run away with it, obviously. Stuff happens in golf that sometimes it's not meant to be sometimes, and I'm just going to walk away that I played really, really good golf, executed really well, had probably a 4 or 5 shot lead. I don't even know what 4-shot lead. I had a 4-shot lead with 5 holes to go. But 5 holes, like, if you're doing that in a PGA Tour event, you're doing something exceptionally well. So that's what I'm going to walk away with. And also, making that birdie right after making that 8. I mean, I'm going to walk away with that. And on the next hole, pin was caught on a lot of slope. Didn't really hit terrible putts late in the day. Lipped out, stuff happens. But I'm just going to walk away with more confidence. Look at the positive things and learn from the mistakes.
Don't want to do that interview. Tough interview for poor Max. But yeah, again, as he mentioned and sort of illustrated it, and you could even hear Aaron Wright talking. Greisserman gave this thing away. And, good attitude there to have at the end, taking away the positive. But the negative was, he blew it. All right, Team USA, 40 gold medals, 44 silver, 42 bronze. That's the final medal count at the Olympics in Paris. More on the Paris Olympics coming up a little bit later in the show, and then a little bit more coming up here on the U.S. Olympics in 2028 in Los Angeles. Yesterday, we had 2 NFL preseason games. The star for the Denver Broncos in their game yesterday was Bo Nix. First-round pick, looked fantastic. 34-30 was the final there. They defeat the Indianapolis Colts. Colts always play a 1 p.m. game, first weekend of the NFL preseason every single year. Didn't know that. Every single year, 1 o'clock Eastern, Colts play Sunday, First week of the NFL preseason. Tradition like no other. Rams defeated the Cowboys 13-12. Stetson Bennett threw 4 picks. We'll hear from Sean McVay coming up. The Browns are having issues getting their stadium built on the lakefront here. In a letter to team owners, Dee and Jimmy Haslam said Sunday that they're backing a proposed $1.2 billion renovation of the current stadium and are committed to keeping the NFL franchise in downtown Cleveland for generations to come. They were, releasing videos and pictures of a potential new stadium, so stay tuned to that. We'll see how it ends up going. But there's a letter right now that's from county officials that are essentially saying that this proposal would create an unaccepted risk to the county's general fund. It can't be considered. We believe it's our responsibility and the best interest in our community to prioritize reinvestment in existing public assets. So public money, not so much, and maybe have to reconfigure the way that they're going to build this stadium in Cleveland. We'll see. We saw this happen many years ago, and the team went to Baltimore. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. All right, Texas A&M is going to lose one of their top stars for the season, unfortunately. Reuben Owens, one of their star running backs, he's going to miss the year after suffering a significant lower body injury. They haven't said what. This happened Saturday in a scrimmage. He was really good last year, 743 yards. He led SEC freshmen in rushing yards with 385. Their season begins Memorial Day weekend on August 31st. Max Scherzer, injured again, headed back to Texas. You got to wonder, is this the end of the line for Texas? His right shoulder again causing issues. He's going to have it looked at. Nathan Eovaldi also having issues returning to Texas. Keith Meister, the doctor who looks at a lot of these athletes, is actually in Texas. That's the only good news from this. Rangers are in trouble, to say the least. How about the Diamondbacks on the other side? They've now won 8 straight series. They took 3 or 4 from the Phillies. And since July 1st, the Diamondbacks, folks, they're 25-10. They're doing exactly what they did last year. Maybe they're going to make a run at the World Series again. AL West race is heating up. The Astros are 62-55. Mariners are 63-56. They don't play each other until next month. Maybe that's when it will get decided. And Zebby Matthews has been called up by the Minnesota Twins. He looked really good in the minor leagues. He was the 8th round pick out of Western Carolina. He's going to make a start for them coming up here. The U.S. Olympic officials are appealing the story. I don't know if you heard this over the weekend. American gymnast Jordan Childs is being asked to return a bronze medal that she won at the Paris Olympics floor exercise. The CAS, which is the Court of Arbitration of Sport, voided an on-floor appeal by Childs' coach that vaulted her to 3rd place. They said the appeal came 4 seconds beyond the 1-minute time limit. We'll see if she has to give this back. Yikes. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass says in 2028, if you're going to the Olympics, you're not going to be driving a car. It's going to be all buses. It's going to be all public transportation. Yeah, right. Good luck with that. Also, breaking news from the Olympics in 2028. Breakdancing, breaking, not going to happen. They announced this morning. I thought it was fun. Got a lot of attention on social media. They're not bringing it back for 2028. Live Golf also suspended Graham McDowell for one tournament. They also fined him over $100,000. He was using a nasal decongestant that contained a banned substance. And so he is banned from Live for trying to breathe better, essentially. That's the latest. A lot of fun stories here to start off with on the show.